Start out in a new tool with a star, grab a cylinder 3D from the gizmo and click Unify, then delete the loops and scale it in the Y-axis. Let's bevel the edge loops on both sides of the cylinder. Select Inset Polygroup Island, then QMesh the poly loop. Do another bevel and then click Crease PG. Mask the model and bring in a cylinder 3D from the gizmo. Rotate it 90 degrees and then invert the mask and split unmasked points. Press QC50 and scale it to better match the reference. Click on Delete Loops and merge the subtool down. QMesh the flat island and hold Ctrl to split off the cap. Do another QMesh to give it thickness, and QMesh the poly loop while holding Shift to go into move mode. Then delete the top cap. From the Z-Modeler brush, select Close as the edge action with Convex Hole and Circle as the target. For the modifiers, select Interactive Curvature and Resolution with Polygroup Flat. Let's clip the top and move it down a bit. Then we can scale it down a little in the Z-axis. Press Ctrl W to make it one polygroup and turn on Dynamic. Mask the model and bring in a cylinder 3D from the gizmo. Invert the mask and split unmasked points. Then rotate it 90 degrees and scale it down. Let's select the extender from the gizmo 2 times to get the right length. Scale it in the Z-axis and delete the horizontal edge loop in the middle. Then add an edge loop in the middle going vertically. Split the bottom point and QMesh it down. Insert an edge loop right down the middle and then bevel that edge loop. Mask the sides right up until the first edge loop and do the same on the other side. Invert the mask and then clip with the gradient from the clip curve brush facing outwards. Let's clear the mask and turn on Dynamic. Then add in edge loops to support the shape. Now we can uncrease the edge loop and add in a control loop. Then crease the bottom of the cylinder. Make it one polygroup by pressing Ctrl W. Then bevel the top and click on Crease PG. Move the model down and add in another control loop for the cylinder. Append all the small parts into one tool. We want to merge them all down before we append it to our main tool. Let's go ahead and move and rotate all the subtools into place. Click on the main tool and append or insert it into the scene. The difference between the two is append will send it to the bottom of the subtool list, while insert will place it right below the selected subtool. We will have to position and scale the model into place. Since we don't have the other side modeled yet, just position it the best you can based on the reference. We will adjust it later when the other parts are modeled. Once we have it looking pretty good, navigate to the Array Mesh palette and turn on Array Mesh. It will be the same settings as all the previous arrays. Repeat the 4 and rotate amount to 360 on the Y-axis. One of the benefits to this model is the speed you get with Array Mesh. You see 4 identical parts, so it seems more time consuming than it actually is because you basically only spent the time modeling 1/4 of the rotor. After a while, you will start seeing a cluttered tool list that you don't need anymore. To clean it up, make sure you are on the main tool, then navigate to the macro palette and click on Delete Unselected Tools. That will delete the old tools, cleaning up your tool list.